Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Tyrone back with Tech Life. We got a big announcement here from AT&T. This is straight from AT&T's newsroom. I'll leave a link to it in the description so you guys can check it out. FirstNet Authority, AT&T announced 10-year investment to transform America's public safety broadband network. This is a big announcement. There are some key takeaways. I'll give you guys my commentary and opinion, and let's go over this article. First responder communications stay at the forefront of innovation with 5G upgrades, coverage enhancements, and mission-critical services. So this is a big transition for FirstNet. They have been allowed to be a part of the consumer core when it comes to 5G, NSA, and some C-band too. But now the transition is first responders get their own 5G core. So these are some of the key takeaways. The First Responder Network Authority, FirstNet Authority, is launching the next phase of FirstNet through a series of strategic investments totaling more than $8 billion over 10 years. I gave the members, I gave you guys some other intel on that. There are some other changes coming. If you'd like to follow that membership, a link to that will be in the description as well, completely optional. Today, the FirstNet Authority and its network partner AT&T joined to unveil the latest network investment of $6.3 billion, delivering full 5G capabilities on FirstNet, expanded mission-critical services, and enhanced coverage. The FirstNet Authority anticipates an additional $2 billion in ongoing investments dedicated to coverage enhancements, which is currently under discussion by the parties. Starting in March, FirstNet will be the first and only wireless network to provide America's first responders with always-on priority and preemption across 5G. Members, for those of you who saw that video, you know what changed and you know what's happening. Expanding to include all AT&T 5G commercial spectrum. AT&T is deploying a new standalone FirstNet 5G network core built on the latest industry standards with dedicated public safety functionality and features. The FirstNet Authority and AT&T will continue to work with public safety officials and government stakeholders to grow and enhance the network. So that's a big deal. This is, again, AT&T getting some reimbursement money here to deploy this core and expand the network even further. They're looking to go even bigger. Recently, you guys saw the public video. AT&T's claiming to cover 2.97 million square miles of native coverage. Well, here's what they plan on doing to expand the network. With the $8 billion investment total over the 10 years, let me just share that with you. AT&T is looking to add 1,000 new sites within the next 2 years for expanded coverage. So not only are they claiming to have the largest native network, you got to keep that in mind, native. That doesn't include roaming or anything else. That's the largest native footprint. Again, Verizon is heavily reliant on roaming partners for their coverage to be as big as it is. They have partners that use their assets. It's native to Verizon customers, but it's still treated as roaming coverage, even though it feels like a native network to Verizon customers. To top that off, AT&T is adding another 1,000 new sites over the next 2 years. And for the members, again, you guys saw the comparison chart. You guys know what's coming and how aggressive they're getting with the build plan. So again, if you'd like to join that membership, a link to that will be in the description. So they're also looking to create a standalone 5G core to enhance current 5G functionality with specific public safety features on FirstNet and support the transition of public safety's Band 14 spectrum from LTE to 5G. So again, like I mentioned, first responders have had access to the consumer core when it comes to 5G, the C-band, and the DSS and all that. But the Band 14 spectrum was never actually refarmed and transitioned to 5G NR. And that's now happening, including the standalone core. So that's going to be interesting. This is a pretty hefty investment, and To include another 1,000 cell sites over the next 2-year period is insane in my opinion. But again, AT&T is getting that reimbursement. They're discussing these plans like, hey, look, can we expand here, here, and here? We have coverage needs. We got people telling us they need coverage. And sometimes that's what it comes down to. If you have a first responder agency that's already switched to your first responders network, with FirstNet, and they come back to you saying, hey, look, we've had accidents and we've had emergencies in this area that we needed to tend to, but the coverage wasn't strong. It was weak. We had no service. And even though we had 1 or 2 bars, it wasn't usable service for our mission at that time. Even with the priority, even with the preemption, it just didn't work for us. So then, FirstNet has to go to AT&T, its partner, and say, hey, look, we've had these agencies cover these grounds where service was slim to none. So then AT&T has to say, okay, we'll build it, but you have to reimburse us because there is no return on investment going out there for us. And these are some of the most remote areas that you'll ever see, right? We talk rural a lot in terms of coverage and T-Mobile not being as big. But then what about these remote areas that really no population ever goes to? Hardly ever. Like even if it's just like a hiking trail, that's not populated at all. No houses, no homes, nothing. No businesses, nothing. But if there's a human that goes through that hiking trail, even if it's a few humans, FirstNet has to have coverage there because there could be an accident, incident, whatever. So they have to make sure that they cover everything, even if it's with a small cell, whatever it may be, they have to have coverage. And if it's currently not covered to satisfaction, then, these issues need to be called out. The agency needs to contact who they need to contact, and they need to say, hey, AT&T, we need coverage here. If not, we're going to lose this agency back to Verizon or whatever the case may be. So competition is fierce in the space. AT&T is looking to gain ground and grow that business as quickly as they can with the partner FirstNet. And one way to do that is to build the largest native network across the United States, because it's going to be an easier sell to say, hey, look, we do have coverage in all these areas where previously no one else did, or this is what we're doing to extend service, 1,000 cell sites over 24 months. That's a lot of towers for the fact that you already cover natively the largest network at 2.97 square miles with LTE. Now you're adding another 1,000 towers on top of that. I mean, that's a massive investment, because now you're going like super remote with those 1,000 sites because you already cover 2.97 million square miles. So let me know your thoughts in the comments. Let me know if you think this is a big investment. I think this is a big announcement. This is AT&T being, refocusing on what matters the most with FirstNet, getting them over to 5G, although it's going to take some years, but they'll get there eventually, and they are getting the reimbursement from FirstNet. So make sure you guys stay tuned for more. Like, share, subscribe, follow my social media outlets. This is Tyrone with Tech Live. See y'all in the next one. Peace.